You pukes! Get your goat smelling asses out of the sack and hit the deck. It's time for another fragrance review. As you read in the title, I'm going to be ranking every single Zoologist fragrance in my collection. But we're going to do it military style. Or U.S. Army Airborne Infantry. Let's do this. This fragrance journey begins right now. Let's go. That is, if you can hack it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Airborne.
Airborne.
Can you run?
Can you run?
Can you jump?
Can you jump?
Can you sing?
Can you sing?
Wanna be like me?
Like me.
Super duper.
Super duper.
Paratrooper.
Paratrooper.
Mini me.
Mini me.
Fight machine.
Fight machine.
Okay.
Okay.
All the way.
All the way.
Airborne.
Airborne.
Leading the way.
Lead the way.
All right, people, and here we go. Welcome back to my channel. Let's get it started. So these are the enlisted ranks of the United States Army, and every one of these ranks is going to be accompanied by a Zoologist fragrance, from the one that I like the least to the one that I like the best. But don't get it twisted. I love every single one of these, but there has to be order, and here we go. All right, so the lowest rank in the United States Army is the Private E1, or Private Third Class. He has no rank insignia. He is the lowest of the low, all right? He has no say in anything, okay? His job basically is to follow orders and do what he's told when he's told. The Private Third Class from Zoologist is Private Hyrax. A lot of people do not give this fragrance its just due. You're gonna get everything from poop to barnyard. You're gonna get disgusting. You're gonna get, everybody, again, people just don't understand this fragrance. I don't know what people are eating, what they're drinking, what they're ingesting, smoking. I don't know. It's got to be something in their body chemistry, because what people are saying that this fragrance smells like, I don't get. What I get from Private Hyrax is that, to me, it smells like an exotic or burlesque dancer on her break in her dressing room eating a berry cobbler with a freshly poured glass of Remy Martin whiskey. That's what I get. Once again, Private Hyrax. Climbing a bit higher, the next rank is the Private E2. This guy now has mosquito wings, or his chevron. That is his rank insignia. PV2, Private Second Class. He is the second lowest rank. Same job, slightly more experience, and slightly higher pay. The private in this case is Private Tyrannosaurus Rex. This fragrance is brilliant. To me, it smells like the late Cretaceous period, as the earth was being bombarded by meteors and flames and fire. So basically it smells like the whole planet is on fire, and then it's smothered in a massive 25,000 mile circumference leather jacket. Fire, smoke, and leather. That's what this smells like. Once again, Private E2, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Next rank is the Private First Class, or PFC. This guy has a chevron with a rocker underneath. A bit higher with responsibilities, still though he has to follow orders. And the Private First Class is Private First Class Elephant. All right? This smells to me like tree bark, tree leaves, and a cup of tea with coconut milk to flavor it. And also flowers. It's a little bit smoky too. Once again, PFC Elephant. All right, the next highest rank in the United States Army is the Specialist, all right, or Spec 4. He is an E4. A lot of people call this rank the glorified private, whatever. He's still higher ranked than the previous three. He has basic management duties, all right? In this case, the Specialist is Specialist Camel, all right? Camel smells just like you're walking through a desert, and then you run up on an oasis, and then you rest under a palm tree, all right, whose dates are almost raining to the ground, all right? They're dropping out of the trees left and right, and you also get a good amount of frankincense, and it is also slightly sweet and skanky. Once again, Specialist Camel. The next highest rank is the corporal. The corporal's rank is identified by 2 mosquito wings or 2 chevrons. All right, he, like the specialist, is an E4. Same pay, however, the corporal is now cast in a leadership position. He is considered a junior NCO. All right, and the corporal in this case is going to be Corporal Moth. This thing smells like a spicy and smoky campfire whose kindling is flowers, a tad bit sweet with honey. All right, desert sand, smoky, spicy, sweet. All right, it's beautiful. Again, a lot of people don't get these. No matter, I love these. Once again, the Corporal Moth. All right, the next highest rank in the United States Army will be the Sergeant. The Sergeant is identified by 3 chevrons. He will lead a fire team and command about 4 to 5 soldiers. The Sergeant in this case is Sergeant Nightingale. This fragrance smells like fruits and flowers with just a touch of oud to give it that skank, and also just a hint of powder. The Sergeant, low-ranking NCO, but NCO nonetheless. If you're under him, you better listen to what he says. Once again, the Sergeant, Sergeant Nightingale. All right, and the next highest rank is the Staff Sergeant. His rank insignia, 3 chevrons on top, 1 rocker on the bottom. He will command a squad of soldiers. And the Staff Sergeant in this case will be Staff Sergeant Bat. Bat to me smells like wet earth with fruits on the forest floor, bananas, figs, other tropical fruits. Basically, this is a fruit bat's home and its diet, right? Very fruity, very earthy, long-lasting, wicked challenging if you're not into it, but I am, once again, Staff Sergeant Bat. All right, moving on to the next highest rank, and that will be the Sergeant First Class. You can tell his rank by 3 chevrons and 2 rockers. All right, he is a seasoned leader, and he will head an entire platoon of infantry soldiers. All right, the Sergeant First Class in this case will be. All right, Panda smells like you're walking to a very green bamboo forest while drinking oolong tea. All right, this is amazing, absolutely amazing. Now, I heard that this was reformulated and not for the better. I don't know about any of that because I didn't smell the original formulation. What I can tell you is this formulation right here, being the only one I've ever smelled, is amazing. That's just me. That's my opinion. Once again, Sergeant First Class, Panda. The next highest rank is the E8. He is the Master Sergeant. Master Sergeant, his rank insignia, 3 chevrons, 3 rockers. He is a high-ranking NCO, usually an expert in specific fields, but usually has almost no command responsibilities. The Master Sergeant in this case is going to be Master Sergeant Hummingbird. This smells like all of the gorgeous flowers that hummingbirds pollinate and suck the nectar out of. Plus, all of those flowers are drenched with the juices from apples, cherries, plums, citruses. And then you add honey and bingo, hummingbird. Absolutely flipping gorgeous. Once again, Master Sergeant. Moving on. All right, now we're getting into the big dogs. The next highest rank is the First Sergeant. The First Sergeant's insignia, 3 chevrons on top of 3 rockets and a diamond in the middle. He is a born leader, all right? He will lead an entire company of infantry soldiers. This is the top man of the company. The First Sergeant in this case, First Sergeant Chameleon. All right, there's a port city on the island of Madagascar, right? It's called Thomasina. There's a beach there, right? Not very far from the beach is the Madagascan jungle. All right, they're in pretty close proximity to one another. So when you go into the jungle, you can still kind of smell the salty air but you also, smell exotic fruits like bergamots, lemons, star fruit, mangoes, and coconuts. You also smell a bunch of exotic flowers like frangipani, African violet, ylang ylang, hyacinth, and jasmine, all right? This smells very exotic, sexy, and almost hints at aphrodisia. Once again, First Sergeant, chameleon. All right, and the next highest rank in the United States Army would be the Sergeant Major, categorized by 3 chevrons, 3 rockers, and a star in the middle. He's a very high-ranking NCO, usually assists officers in battalion-sized forces. All right, very, very high-ranking. This is the man right here. The Sergeant Major in this case is going to be Sergeant Major Civet. Civet smells like you're walking through the woods, and then you happen upon a clearing where you're going to see a cowboy wearing leather chaps, with a campfire, drinking a cup of very weak coffee. Surrounding him is a large, huge bouquet of flowers. And yeah, I realize that cowboys and flowers really don't mix, but that's what I get from this. Battalion size element. Once again, very high ranking, very beautiful fragrance, Sergeant Major Civet. All right, and here we go. The next highest rank in this United States Army would be the Command Sergeant Major. Insignia, 3 chevrons, 3 rockers, and a star flanked on either side by 2 laurel leaves. This guy is the real deal right here, all right? The Command Sergeant Major, kind of like the Sergeant Major, but he has more command responsibilities. He will command all enlisted soldiers below him in organizations including, battalion, brigade, a division, a corps, or field army levels, all right? This guy is the man right here. The Command Sergeant Major, where the fragrance is concerned, will be Command Sergeant Major Squid. Incredible friggin' fragrance. This smells like a bucket of ink on a rocky beach with a mysterious sweetness that I cannot identify for the friggin' life of me. But make no bones about it, it's there. It's sweet, it's salty, and it's inky. Flippin' incredible. Command Sergeant Major Squid. All right, we have reached the absolute highest rank in the United States Army. It does not get any higher than this. Well, there is one exception, but we'll get into that in a second. And it is the Sergeant Major of the Army. He is an E9. His rank insignia, 3 chevrons, 3 rockers, the United States Army emblem in the middle with a star flanking either side of the eagle. Right? He is the top man, okay? Well, the top NCO of the entire Army. Only the SEAC can outrank the Sergeant Major of the Army. And that's only if he is an Army Command Sergeant Major. That's the SEAC. And if you don't know what a SEAC is, it's the Senior Enlisted Advisor to the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. It's the only Command Sergeant Major that will outrank the Sergeant Major of the Army. But anyway, the Sergeant Major of the Army, the #1 best smelling zoologist fragrance that I own is Sergeant Major of the Army B. Holy smoke, man. This smells just like a gingerbread cookie slathered in grape jam and orange flavored honey. Done. It is very thick, very, very viscous, and just amazing smelling. This is the master right here. This is the best zoologist fragrance, again, in my opinion. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't mean to bore you with the whole military thing, but this was asked of me. I did this a long time ago with the best smelling fragrances in my collection, but that was years ago. Deleted that video. Somebody wanted me to do it again with something different, so here it is. But I'm gonna say this before I go. You listen. Whenever Victor releases a new fragrance, every time he releases a new fragrance, I often find myself thinking of going up to him and being like the drill sergeant did to Forrest Gump.
God damn it, Gump! You're a goddamn genius. You must have a goddamn IQ of 160. You are goddamn gifted, Private Gump.
What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and drop a few-minute montage of what a lot of people experience whenever they encounter zoologist fragrances for the first time and they don't get them. What's gonna ensue is a lot of chaos, bedlam, and confusion. Just like what happened with me and my entire company when I joined the Army and I left the reception battalion and we were dropped off at the Harmony Church section of Fort Benning, Georgia. And the chaos and confusion that ensued after we got off the bus, after we were forced off the bus, is exactly what a lot of people experience when they encounter the zoologist house and their fragrances. Massive confusion, bedlam, and chaos. Everybody's confused, nobody knows what to do, and they're scared shit, just like this.
Get the heck off! Get off! Get
You better put your head in the bag, Private. Your head, not the hat, Private. Put your head in the bag, Private. Get your head in the bag! Why is your bag open? What are you doing? Why is your bag open? Let's go. Why are you moving around? Why are you moving around? Explain to me why you moving, Private. I need an answer, Bob. Just do what we want, right? You don't need to say it. You understand that, Bob?
Hold your bag! Hold your bag! Hold your bag! Hello! Do you not hear me right there? The person right in front of you telling him to hold his nigga's bag. You think you're just gonna stand there and not hold yours? Hello? I'm talking to you! Hello? So why can't you respond when I first talk to you? Why do I have to ask you first thing to respond?
Stop looking at me! Stop looking at me! Where's your headgear? I don't know this area. You better go find your headgear! Find your headgear!
Your heels should be together right now. Get your arms up. Certainly all you're holding is a water bottle. Get it up.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir, Sergeant. You better respond. I know I told you to respond. Everything requires a response. Now get your bag over your head and go find your headgear. Yes, sir, Sergeant.
Come here. Did you get that from Abercrombie? Is that fucking Arnie Jude? Where's it at? Hey, what is your problem, brother? What is your freaking problem? Why are you smelling in Jacob Drillson?
Are you looking around? Why are you sticking faces down your back right now? Now!
Put your face in the bag! Heels together! Right now! Do it! Why? Answer me! Get the bags off! No idea, Drill Sergeant! Put your face in the bag!
Handle your problem.
Right!
hands with me, sir.
Sir, that looks like a damn officer to you. Don't look at me. So what's your problem?
Oh, God.
Hello? Hello?
You are the drill sergeant.
We are ready. We are